and welcome to another segment of AWM TV. Today we're going to discuss how to properly disclose on a good faith estimate in point. I've recorded a quick tutorial video that I'm going to show you. Let's take a look. Okay, so let me show you how to properly disclose a good faith in point. First, we're going to start a new file by clicking New and selecting one of our master templates. It's very important that you use one of these templates. I'm going to select the FHA Purchase Banker. Okay, so the first screen that we're going to start on is the fees worksheet. Now it's very important that you get this fees worksheet as correct as possible before moving on to your good faith. It is an estimate, so some of the fees, if not known at first to be exact, you need to estimate it. If you do know the exact fees, it's always best practice to put those in. So we're going to start at the top and move down to the bottom. First field is date prepared. I'm going to go ahead and put today's date. We're going to move over to first payment date and also the estimated close date. So as we scroll down, you'll see that a lot of the fees are already populated, as well as any of the PFCs are already checked. Now that's very important that these are checked because they affect your APR. If you're going to add any more fees and don't have any more room for them, just make sure you select PFC if it's a fee that calculates into the APR. Okay, so you'll notice that it defaults to 1% origination. Now if that doesn't apply, you can go ahead and remove it. And you'll see that our processing and underwriting fee is already populated. As we move down, you'll see that the appraisal fee has been left blank. If you know the exact cost, go ahead and put it in. If not, a good rule of thumb is $450. If it's an investment property, usually about $600 would be standard. And keep scrolling down, we'll see that the title fees have also populated. This is obviously just an estimate. If you have an estimated HUD or know the exact fees, go ahead and update that. And as we scroll down also, you'll see the county tax is already calculated. That's based on Clark County, Nevada. So if the property is in a different area and this calculation isn't correct, you can update that by clicking the lock icon and putting in the exact amount. Okay, and as we scroll down, you'll see that the impounds are going to default to 2 and 5 months. Now if you know, depending on what time of year it is, the exact months that should be collected, feel free to update that. This is obviously an estimate, and the exact amount of months will be calculated at closing docs. And same thing with interest. Now your daily interest does affect your APR, so 25 days is not necessarily a bad thing even if it's too much, because it's always better to have that cushion in there for your APR. And for a purchase, 12 months of hazard insurance will be standard. If it's a refinance, you can update that to match their current policy. And the last part of the fees worksheet are the other charges. It's not required that you disclose these, but it is best practice if you do know the charge to put it on here. Okay, so once you're finished with your fees worksheet, that's when you want to move on to your good faith estimate. Okay, so your disclosed date, we're going to also start at the top and move down. Your disclosed date should be the same as your date prepared. You want to put how you disclosed. Your important dates are going to be different based on if the loan is locked or not locked. So we'll start with the interest rate available through. If it's not locked, this needs to be the same day as your disclosure up to 3 o'clock p.m. because that's lock cutoff time. And your estimate needs to be good for at least 10 business days, but All Western Mortgage recommends that you do 15 business days. Also 3 o'clock. And your rate lock period for an unlocked loan will be NA, and your days before settlement will be 10 business days. Now if it is locked, the estimate will be good through the actual lock date. Same thing with your interest rate available too. you'll put the exact amount of lock days, and this will be an A. Okay, so that would be a locked loan. As we scroll down, you'll see most of this is already populated. And for a VA loan, you want to make sure to put in your pest inspection fee. And that would be the proper disclosure of a banked good faith estimate. Now, with the slight increase of brokered loans due to HARP, I want to show you how to disclose a brokered loan. So we're going to go ahead and start a new file. We're going to select the template for HARP 2.0 refinance, and this one is formatted for CMG. I'll go ahead and put some information in real quick. And we'll go back to our fees worksheet. Now you want to do the same thing, start here and work down. Put the same disclosure, put the same first payment. And you'll notice the fees are a little different. There's no origination that populates. We're going to obviously put CMG's underwriting and admin fee. You will notice that all the proper PFCs are checked. And this is where it gets a little tricky. The checkbox that says include compensation from rebate. Okay, this is our selected comp plan with CMG. That needs to stay in there. And you'll see down here where it says the credit, this is where you put the actual net price after loan adjustments from the lock. Now if this is less than the comp plan, that's going to reflect as a charge to the borrower. If it's more, it'll be a credit towards closing costs. So make sure that this is accurate. And as we scroll down, you'll see the same thing with the appraisal. Obviously, if it's a HARP, sometimes there is no appraisal. Title fees. And the same thing with impounds and days of interest. So if you have the exact fees, best practice to update it. Otherwise, these will default to cover you. And then as we move on to the good faith estimate, we're going to put the same thing. Disclosed method. The important dates still apply. If it's not locked, you're going to put the same day you disclose. This still needs to be at least 10 business days, recommended 15. This will be an A, and 10 days. And you'll scroll down and see that this is checked. This good faith estimate is being provided by broker. It's very important that that stays checked. And other than that, it's the same process. So that's how you would properly disclose a good faith on a brokered loan. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask James Medina or myself, and have a good day.